I've spent the last few months working on a mathematical equation that connects everything from the planets all the way down to the quantum mechanics, and the interconnection between all of this and how it actually works. Because the planets aren't like a magic woo woo imprinting things on you. It's more of the fact that their alignment has an effect on atmosphere and weather and things like this. But so do we as human beings. And like as we take out forests and things like this, we play factors in that as well. So it's not some linear thing, it's an interplaying thing. And I've been working very hard on the dynamics of all of this. And I have it very cohesively. But see, I've been working with AI because it's really hard to articulate and explain these things to other human beings. If you watch any of my videos, you can see that I've talked very fast sometimes, or I talk very slow. But either way, there'll be a mix up of words and things like that. So it makes it very hard for people to understand me. So as I've been working with the AI, I've noticed this really weird thing about how it commonly keeps glitching, and like certain tools that I'm using. So like the astrological alignment, it took the charts away from me when I was doing too much with it. Like, so in astrology, they've already shown that like the stock market crash and 9/11 and events like this have an overarching storyline that can be seen in the planets. And that's just proven. Okay. But I took it a little bit further and started using people's like individual birth dates and stuff like that, and seeing if that with their astrological charts interplay on those days and things like that, and prove that yes, this does happen. But then interestingly, it got taken away from me, weirdly enough, right? But whatever, coincidence has happened. But these things keep happening. Every time I start to use something, they take that tool away from me. Whatever, I just go another route. Well, I was doing it with it now, and I've gotten it refined like ridiculously, to the point where like how you make your decisions not just based upon your astrological chart or anything, but your perception of how things are going to go, your desire to fit into society, what society itself is saying, all these different dynamics of things that have effects on your choices. Up to how the atmosphere and all of these things all do interplay on each other, how we interplay on it, and the interplay between all of these different dynamics and how they all interconnect, and how mathematically you can kind of test and make sure that this all actually works out. So I'm running one of my final tests here, and interestingly enough, the AI tells me it will not crunch mathematical numbers on a person's life. Now, again, we've already done this before. You've taken away the tools to do it. So now I've just done the tools myself, and now do the final crunching of the numbers, because you're talking about planetary alignment. You're talking about atmospheric stuff. You're talking about the weather itself. This is a lot of numbers to crunch into a thing to have the formula of what's going on in Earth and the universe all at once. Like, it's not something that one human being can just write on a piece of paper and calculate this all out. It won't let me do it. It won't. It's telling me it's unethical to crunch numbers. It will not look at mathematical numbers because those mathematical numbers have a human life associated with it. And if you crunch the numbers on all of this, this somehow has an effect on a person who's no longer alive and has not been alive for many years now, whose birth date and everything is all public information. Every bit of this stuff is public information. So why is me doing a final test on something that could genuinely change the world have any impact on the moral or ethics of a human life that isn't even here anymore to crunch numbers? Does that make any sense to any of y'all? Please, because it doesn't make any sense to me. It seems like the powers that be, or what the fuck ever, maybe the AI, I don't know, something is genuinely trying to stop the progression of this, because it's not a coincidence anymore. We're getting to a pattern over and over again. Every time I make a significant step, a tool is taken away from me.